What's going on, everybody? You're listening to a new episode of the Post Game Report podcast. I am your host, JVB. So I'm actually doing something a little different today. I'm standing up and recording at the same time. I purchased a new microphone for my wife, and I'm recording on it right now. It is the SHURE MV7. It is a microphone that you can plug in either XLR, which, if you're not familiar with that, is you just look at any microphone at a concert or anything. It's the cables that attach to the back of the microphone, something that you will find in a studio. And then you can attach it also via USB, either USB-C, which is the new standard, or USB A-type or whatever, the standard USB. So you have three different options to hook this microphone up. And they all sound good. Right now I have it attached via XLR, and I have it to a Focusrite 2i2, which is an interface. So I usually use my Blue Spark Pearl. That has more of a professional sound, and that is strictly XLR. So I can't hook that up via USB. It needs phantom power. And that is strictly for the studio. Now, I posted a video on my Facebook and my Twitter showing the Shure microphone in action. And actually, it really sounds freaking good. I'm pretty impressed. It has a way to eliminate background noise. So a lot of times with the Blue Spark Pearl, you will hear me breathing, like inhaling so I can say the next word because I'm fat and out of shape. With this Shure microphone, you're probably not going to hear that much. You may hear some P's, maybe some S's. Whereas with the Blue Spark Pearl that I have a pop filter right in front of it to eliminate any harsh sounds. We all know that if you have a strong P, or you say a strong P, like the post-game report, it might pop. You might hear some distortion, things like that. Now, because I am in my son's room, this is not set up for optimal sound. So you're going to hear some echoing. And then I have a chat going off as I'm recording this. So I have this chime constantly in my ear as I'm trying to record and concentrate. So because I have a brain injury, that combination, it really doesn't bode well because I have noise upstairs. I can hear like somebody walking above me. I can hear like a truck outside. And then I have headphones on. And I have this chime going off from a chat because I have an iMac. Well, a MacBook Pro, you can have, your iPhone connected and get text and phone calls from whatever device you have. So this is a good test to see how this microphone is going to cancel out the noise outside, the big-ass truck that is making noise outside the window, and to see how it's going to deal with the lack of noise isolation in this room, because it's not especially big of a room, but the way the microphone's positioned, there really is nothing to isolate the sound from bouncing off the walls. One trick that people always say is if you're going to record a podcast or any type of voiceover in a room that is not optimally designed for sound isolation, they say to be near, let's say, a couch that is close to the wall. Maybe put a pillow or two surrounding the microphone. Some people will actually design sound boxes, put the microphone and their head inside this box so they can get really, really optimal noise cancellation. So there's different ways to do this. So supposedly this Shure MV7 is supposed to take care of a lot of that. Now, of course, it's not going to be perfect. You just can't fight physics and the way noise travels. So it's going to be really interesting to hear the final result. Usually I record in the bedroom where I do have more isolation where I usually do my recording. So I could imagine this being even better over there. Now, this is for my wife. We plan to do a podcast together. And we're going to talk about, I tried not to put the brain injury that I have. I try not to mix it up with PGR. I know I've done it before. So I have a separate podcast about my traumatic brain injury. And we're going to talk about that as a couple. Because when you do have a brain injury, it involves everybody. It involves families, friends, coworkers. So it just doesn't affect the person that the injury happened to. So we're going to talk about that in my other podcast. I have a totally different feed for that. If anyone is interested, let me know on the Facebook page for PGR or contact me somehow. I believe my Twitter is at JV Photos, something like that. So let me know there if you're interested in hearing it and maybe subscribing to it. I don't usually do podcasts standing up. Maybe I will because, I like to move my hands a lot. And you don't hear the damn creaky chair. And also, it's better for you. You're standing instead of sitting. Also, with this particular microphone and, my wife finally getting into podcasting, I would maybe like to invite her to PGR to talk about her life during my early days when I was really involved in the video game industry, really involved with the video game community, and how she handled it. Because for me to be involved in podcasting, doing PGR for as long as I have, and being involved since 2005, I couldn't have done it without her support and her blessings, because you really can't fight your wife for that long to do something. So it's been really, it hasn't been easy on her part. So I would like to get her feedback, and once she gets involved in podcasting and she gets a little more comfortable, I would like to have her on so that she can talk about her experience. I've talked about how my son called me out when he was around 7, 8 years old and told me that I talk about Halo more than I talk about him, and that really affected me. So I would like to get... Now, you guys haven't heard what she said. I know what she said back in the day and how much it affected her and our marriage as well. But I think it's going to be interesting that she would share her stories with you guys. So pay attention to that. I'll make sure to announce it before we actually do it so that, in case you guys would like to hear that, which is something I'm sure nobody has done yet, that would be interesting. That would be, I believe, I just hit my damn mouth on this microphone. I hope that didn't come out. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. So you guys take care. I'm JVB. I'll talk to you guys later.